Thank you. Hello and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. My name is Gail Moffat, and I hope we're going to have a wonderful, wonderful show because we're going to do we're going to have two callers call in, and I'm going to do some live readings for these lucky callers. And also, I'm going to do a little bit of a talk, and I thought I would tell you a little bit about how I started my mediumship and how it worked, and some of the things that happened in my life in order for me to be able to do what I do. And I, round about the time when I was starting to open up, I found myself in a situation where I was living about, so the town was about 4 miles, the village was about 4 miles outside of a town, and then I lived a mile outside of that village. So it was really quite remote, and I had to walk through woods and fields to get to the village if I was on foot, or otherwise I'd drive, because I am quite civilized as well. Anyway, so there I was in this remote sort of situation, and I also had quite a big garden, what you would perhaps call in America a yard, and we call a garden in England. And it was just under an acre, and I had so many beds of planting to do, and trees, and the autumn with all the leaves. And I mean, it was just sort of, I would spend hours and hours in the garden doing all the gardening. And what happened and what I realized looking back, sort of retrospectively, is that the opportunity to be on your own, in your own space, and sort of not have that clutter of life. You know how we can get involved in life, and we're going off to work, and we're meeting up with friends, and we're talking, and we're chatting, and we're very earthly. But with that situation, what I found is that it actually gave me an opportunity to sort of almost be at one with myself. And I've noticed that a lot of mediums that actually start developing their mediumship have a period of time where they are quite quiet, and are able to enjoy that time, which helps, I think, is the beginning of a development. Because if you are too earthbound with earthly stuff, it's almost like you can't really sort of do it. And I just thought I would, when people sort of talk about developing your mediumship, we, talk about sitting in the power, and connecting to our guides and all those sort of things. But I do think that things like that is the very beginning. It's almost like silencing your mind, silencing the clutter of life, and sort of moving into a space of almost like solitude. And I think that really, really, well, I know it was the beginning of my development as a medium. And I feel quite sort of honoured and privileged to have had that time. Although at the time, I think I was quite grateful to then move to a town that was right, right in the centre of a town, and I could walk to the shops and the coffee shops and things like that. So so it was very different, my next house move. But anyway, just thought I would share that with you because I thought it was quite interesting. I've always thought it was interesting. But I do believe we have a caller waiting, and I believe we have Sydney in Vancouver, Washington. Are you there?
Hi there, yes, I am.
Hello, Sydney. So I am a medium. Now, what that means is I'm able to connect to loved ones that have passed into spirit, that is connected to you, or I can go to my guides and I can ask them to give some sort of guidance on an area that you'd like me to look at. So is there a particular way that you would like me to focus?
Love you, a loved one.
So you'd like me to connect to a loved one. Is there somebody in particular that you'd like me to connect to? The sound sort of slightly going here. Um, what I might do, I think with the sound's just gone with Sydney. But whilst I'm waiting, um, I'm going to. I know she wants to talk to a loved one, and I just want to talk a little bit about mediumship and how how mediumship is so important to I think to our life because it it enables us to connect with a world that is unseen and enlarges our world so much more. But anyway, I believe Sydney is back. Are you there, Sydney?
Yes, hi, I'm here.
Hello. So you'd like me to connect to a loved one? Is there somebody in particular that you'd like me to connect to?
Yes, I had a loved one very recently pass over who was very, very close to me.
And who was that? So we've only got 10 minutes. So
It was my boyfriend.
right, I felt like it was a relationship. Right. Okay, let me I'm just going to see if I can connect. Okay. Uh, right. What I'm feeling about your relationship with your boyfriend is that I feel with him that um, I want to go to his heart, and I feel that he was a really I feel like he has a really good heart, and almost like a good soul, and I feel like he um, was somebody that would do good things for people in his life. Would that make sense to you?
Yes,
Um, I just get this real big sense of kindness, and like quite a gorgeous person. And I feel that he was somebody that um, I just get this real sense that he's missed by a lot of people, and that there are a lot of people that are um, saddened by his passing. And I feel also when I almost feel like there was a lot of people that came to his funeral. Would that make sense to you?
yes, absolutely.
Um, and where you had the funeral, I feel like was there big screens up that where because it was such a big place.
No, we've had like a celebration of life, but we haven't had the actual funeral yet.
Right. Okay. So at the celebration of life, was there some sort of screens that were up?
No, but we had music, lots of music playing, lots of people.
Okay. Right. Because I just get the feeling that I feel like it almost feels like a whole community is saddened by the loss of him. But I feel like there's so many people that are um, uh, looking to help and support in some way to make this whole ordeal a lot better. Um,
Yeah,
and I feel like there's people coming to you and I feel to some other people as well. But I feel like they're coming to you. Is there anything I can do to help? Is there? And I feel like there's a lot of support and a lot of sadness around you. Would that make sense?
yes, that is. It's very true.
Um, I also feel that he I feel like when I look at all the people around him, it almost feels like each person that you know that is connected to him has a story to say about how nice he is or what a good person he is, and I feel that it's quite remarkable just how many lives he's touched. Um,
Yes.
I, I feel very sort of I feel very touched to be able to speak of him. But I'm not sure that he is actually physically communicating with me. And I feel that I'm being told this by my guide rather than him speaking to me. Um, did you say he's only just passed?
Yeah, I think it's been about 4 months, really close to 4 months.
Right. Okay. So he should be ready to be communicating by now, because it does vary on how somebody's passed as to how quickly they can communicate. But
Hmm.
I'm being told by I know I can feel my guide very strongly with me, and so I'm assuming that's him that's telling me this, and I'm being
Hmm.
told that he was okay, this is something that's really interesting. I feel that he was received very well when he went to the spirit world, because I feel like there is um, a lot of adoration for him also in spirit, and I feel that your boyfriend, and I don't mean to sound sort of trite in this, but your boyfriend is somebody special. He's somebody that is important to spirit. And I feel that I just get the feeling with him that he not only has been so special to people in this life, I feel with him that he is known to so many people in spirit. And the reason why he's known to them is because he's lived previous lives. And I'm being told that each life that he's had, he's done something that is good and kind and loving to people, because that is the nature of his song.
Yes, absolutely. That makes sense.
Does it? Okay. And do you have any jewelry that he gave to you?
Yes, I have a couple different pieces that he's given me.
And is there a necklace in particular?
Yes. Hmm.
Um, because he's talking about, he's here. He's here. Fantastic. He is talking about, it took a while for him to get here. He's talking about how he I feel like he loved buying things for you, but I feel also that that for some reason this necklace means something there's something quite special with this necklace, and I feel, and he's saying to me that he wants you to treasure it. He wants you to always keep it because whatever happens in your life, he feels that this is his connection to you. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, he was Native American, so he gave me a medicine bag necklace.
Right, right. And he says he's saying it's very important that you keep this because it is your connection to him. It's almost like you hold it and he's there, and he will be able to always be close to you and be by your side. He's also
Okay, absolutely.
he's also talking to me about I know it's really early days, and um, sometimes decisions that we have to make, it takes a while to sort of get our feet back on the ground. But I just get the feeling with him that he would like you to go on to do some of the um, things that you have spoken about with him and were wanting to do with him. But he feels like just because he's gone, you should still go and do some of the things that you spoke about. Um, and I feel like he makes me feel like this is an adventure. Would that make sense to you?
Uh huh. Yep, sounds like him.
Pardon?
Definitely sounds like him for sure.
Um, he's somebody that would have big ideas as well, like let's go and do this and do that, and I feel like he could be very excitable as well, because he's showing that to me,
Yeah.
as we and he's got these beautiful eyes that they just twinkle, and I feel like you almost could be, he could sort of drink you into his eyes. His
Yes.
there's something very sort of special about his eyes. But, they say the eyes are the window to the soul, and I do feel that, that he is, um, a good soul here. Um, Sadly, I could go on forever, but we have another caller waiting, and the time is running out. But if you want to find me, do go onto Facebook, and you can find me there if you want to chat with me at all. But so
Yeah, absolutely.
thank you so much for calling in, and I'm going to go back to the next caller now. Thank you. So right, I have Shannon in Wolverhampton, the West Midlands. Are you there, Shannon?
I am, yeah.
Do you know that Wolverhampton always sort of like rings this sort of little bell with me, because when I was 15, I had my first boyfriend from Wolverhampton. uh, anyway, less than that. So I am a medium, and I have and I'm able to connect to loved ones in spirit, or I can look to my guides to help you with some guidance. Is there a particular way that you would like me to focus?
I'd either like to connect with my dad or talk about pregnancy if that's possible.
You'd like to talk about pregnancy with my guide?
I'd either like to talk about pregnancy or connect with my dad if that's possible.
Or with your dad? Okay. Right, and your dad is in spirit. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. I have your dad here, and when I look at your dad, I feel that he was somebody that was, he makes me feel like he was quite fit, and when I mean fit, he physically fit, because I feel like he would have done work that was quite sort of manual. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, definitely.
And I also feel with him that he had the most wicked sense of humour, and I feel like everybody could be rolling around in laughter if you were speaking to your dad. Would you remember that about him?
Yeah, definitely.
And he has a memory of birthday parties with you, and I feel that he he liked to embarrass people, and I feel like there were times when he would have embarrassed you, and I feel that there's a memory of a birthday where he would sort of like, I don't know whether it's just tease you or embarrass you or slightly show you up or something. Does that make sense to you as a memory with your dad?
I know he dressed up a lot, but I can't really remember birthdays because I was so young when he passed.
Yeah, well, that can be embarrassing.
Wedding dress.
Yeah. But he's saying to me that uh, now, are you still at school, or just recently left?
I'm 19 now. I'm at full-time work now.
Right, okay. So I just get the feeling, because he was drawing my attention to your school when you were at school, and what you were doing. And I feel that he makes me feel like he was your sort of guide throughout school, and he would be quite close with you when you were at school. But but he's also telling me, pardon?
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. But he's also telling me that he's telling me that you uh, were quite glad to have finally left school, because
Yeah, what?
he's telling me that you'd had enough, and you were a bit fed up with some of the teachers, and he's saying to me that uh, he makes me feel like there's a group of friends that you're friends with, and all of them sort of felt the same, that they wanted to go out into the world and to work, and and I know that, and I get the feeling that he like he's saying to me that he approves of that. And he likes the fact that you're in your sort of job and working. But he's also telling me, have you got a relationship around you at the moment?
I have, yeah.
And is this somebody that you feel like very, very much in love with?
Yeah, we're getting married.
Yeah, yeah. And he's telling me that he he he's your father is telling me that he approves of your choice of this man. And he says, although there's been some difficulties and some problems, he says, don't worry about that, because he knows that the man that you're going to get married is actually, you couldn't wish for a better person, because he's very supportive and very kind to you. Does that make sense to you, Shannon?
Definitely, yeah.
And you said you wanted to talk about a pregnancy. Are you pregnant at the
Yeah.
moment? I felt you were.
I'm not too sure. I could possibly be, and I'm thinking that I possibly am, but I haven't
Right.
got any steps yet 'cause it's too early.
Yeah. I don't. The trouble is with pregnancy is that I worry that I would get things wrong. So, but I will just take guidance from him and from your father about this. Um, he's saying to me that you've got nothing to worry about, nothing at all. You and I'm assuming that what he's really trying to say is the reason why you've got nothing to worry about is that because you are not pregnant. That's what I've assumed. And he says, that's it, you're right. That's it, you're right. You're free. You're not pregnant at the moment. But he is looking forward to being a grandfather. He's looking forward to be finally sort of have more children that's connected to him in his life. He's also saying to me that do you have something that's written by him that you have in your possession?
I've got in what sense? A letter or anything?
It's something that has his handwriting on.
Oh, we don't have that.
And your mum doesn't have that or anything, because I feel like there's something that belonged to him that has his handwriting on.
Possibly, yeah.
Because I feel like he knows that there's something in the home that is connected to him, and he's telling me that he wants you to have this item, and I feel also, is there a book where he's written in the front of of
A book that is written in.
yeah.
When my nan's got a book that is written in, but I've got a photo book from what my mum made me, and he didn't write in it because he wasn't here, but my mum wrote in it for him.
Right, okay. And your nan has got something that's got some writing in as well.
Yeah, but I don't talk to her no more, which is his mum.
Oh, right. Because I just get the feeling that he's going straight to the book that you were talking with the photos, and he's telling me that this book, he wants you to treasure that. He wants you to always keep that, because he wants you to keep it close to his heart. Because I know that this is very important to him, because he wants his memory kept alive, and he's also saying to you that he loves you, and he doesn't want you to ever forget that he does love you, and he's really pressing that point home to you. I hope that helps, Shannon, and good luck with your wedding. So anyway, if you want to find me, you can find me on Facebook, and my name is Gail Moffat, and thank you for calling in. Thank you. Goodbye.